What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Black Man's Thoughts, man. It's not looking good, bruh. Not looking good for my Baltimore Ravens, man. This season looking like a wash, man. I'm just keeping it real with you. I mean, at some point in time, you have to acknowledge that injuries will derail the season. And yes, early in the season, we in week 2, but it's so many games that you can um lose, and I, these are big games. We got the second toughest schedule in the whole NFL. There's going to be more injuries. It's just not looking good. So, paying attention. Ronnie Stanley might be down a few weeks, maybe even longer. More problems with the ankle. Sandy's not looking. He was not looking well. They wasn't happy with how he was moving during the game. So, uh, AV likely to switch over to left tackle, which is good. But Marikey probably going to go to right tackle. We already lost Tyree Phillips. So I think they signed another tackle to a practice squad as well. Chris Westry, he went down. I think a shoulder injury, and I think we signed another cornerback to a practice squad. I can't remember their names, man. That's my bad. This is all news that I just like, bruh. Let me just. I don't even know how I'm feeling right now. I'm still kind of messed up since the Raiders lost, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was a big loss. And that was a big loss because of what we thought going into the season that, hey bro, this could really be our year. Especially getting healthier, going into the season, getting better players back, man. But this seems like too big of a hole to dig ourselves out with. But just wanted to update y'all, man. The injuries are really starting to take a toll. Um, and it's only so much. I mean, I'm hearing things like, should we just start making trades and prepare for the 2022 season? I think it's a little early for that. But I will say this. I will say that we do have to start looking at um, our first few picks is bolstering the offensive line. I don't care what happens this season. I don't care if we win the Super Bowl. I don't care if we have some kind of miracle turnaround. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it, man. The more and more I watch football as I get older, the more and more trench work it becomes so important to me because I'm seeing with my own eyes how a team like the Browns can completely turn themselves around and by building a powerful offensive line. Remember a few years ago when the Colts had that terrible offensive line? I think Andrew Luck had left that year, or right before Andrew Luck left, they had a terrible offensive line. He leaves. They go get out and get. I think they got like a Matthew Saturday or they forgot. I forgot who their center. I don't want to butcher their names, but they went out and really, really revamped this offensive line like 2 years ago. Then the following year, they came out and everybody was like, "Holy shit! Like, what's happening?" I think that's when they had the black quarterback, and they were really making moves, and it was all because they went from the worst offensive line in football to one of the best offensive line in football. And I'm starting to realize like you can have the best weapon at quarterback, you can have the best running back in the NFL. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon was a juggernaut running behind that great offensive line. I mean, he was unstoppable, catching, passing. He goes to the Jets with a terrible offensive line. It's like you're thinking like this dude is washed, and it's so crazy because it's like same player, same player. You know what I mean? Big time players make big time plays in big time games. I remember our coach used to say that, but you have to start looking at it and say that's all indicative of the damn line. That's facts. And I'm like, listen, if you really truly believe that Lamar Jackson is the future of this franchise, then over receivers, over anything, you have to protect him. You have to protect him. You protect Lamar, you automatically give yourself a 50-50 chance to win. Because with that protection, you can find a running back. You can find a running back. You know what I'm saying? You can find a running back, go out there and get you some weapons. You're good at tight end. I mean, it's so many things I think building off the line first would really open up I don't know. That could be, some people can debate it, but I don't care. I think it's proven itself that when we have a great offensive line, or when a team has a great offensive line, they're going to do damage. Look at the Raiders. The Raiders didn't have more talent than us. They didn't. We were a better team, but because their offensive line, we couldn't get no pressure, and they pressured us on like 50% of our dropbacks. Then there's nothing we've done, and I don't want to hear anything about no damn running back situation. Tyson Williams was getting off. They got off at running, but it was no line play. So sorry to ramble. I just think that, man, these injuries are really starting to pile up, and we have to start looking and say, hey, you know, do we really want to? Lamar Jackson's our Corvette. You know what I mean? He's our franchise player. I mean, we keep putting him behind this patchy ass line. I mean, how many years are we going to take off from him being able to be a productive, efficient, top NFL, MVP type quarterback? I mean, at some point in time, I'm like, hey, you know, I don't know. I mean, if you see yourself, so let me ask this: if you see yourself saying, "Hey, we're losing, the line play is just terrible," do you start, going out there and getting rid of a Brandon Williams, you know what I mean, and stockpiling draft picks so you can, get a little younger, you know what I mean? Maybe even getting rid of a Calais Campbell, you know what I mean? You know he's not going to be there forever. Then let me stockpile some more draft picks. Give him an opportunity for somebody. He's only got 1 or 2 more years left in him anyway. So why not get a nice little package? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I think those are the conversations that you have to start looking at. If you start to lose more players, and it's like week 5, week 6, and like, hey, we can't get out of this hole with the lack of talent we have, then you have to start. Tell me what you think. I mean, at some point in time, man, this whole we can do it. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you can say, yeah, damn, this ain't gonna go away this season. You know what I'm saying? So tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, share. The injuries are starting to pile up. Like I said, we have a few transaction news. Ronnie Stanley likely out this game and longer. Marquis probably is going to right tackle. AV's probably going to left tackle. We lost Westry. Uh, Devontae Freeman's been activated to the 53-man roster. Um, I think Skur just went to the Giants. Uh, it's sad about Westry. It's like, man, what's going on out there? Like, I remember when Harvard first got there, they used to practice real hard and physical. And then a few years later, he calmed down after all those injuries. And I remember reading somewhere and it was like, hey, yeah, they really turned down practice. Are they doing too much of practice? I don't know. Like I said, this is just all speculation. I'm just asking, are they doing too much of practice? Or are they going, sorry, that's my daughter. They going too hard at practice? Let me know what you think, man. Like, subscribe, share. Black Man Stops. It's your boy Yasha Yahoo. Shalom, shalom.